Days after Thailand's Prime Minister declared a state of emergency, police on Sunday ordered anti-government protesters to end the siege of Bangkok's airports. They restricted public gatherings and warned that offenders would be jailed or fined. This came after pro-government groups hit the streets in the capital. Lee Chun-cha has more.
Thailand's political crisis deepened as thousands of government supporters also rallied in the heart of Bangkok on Sunday to show their support for Prime Minister Thailand. It was their first major show of strength since the People's Alliance for Democracy, or PAD, launched its campaign to unseat the government. The supporters said they would stay overnight to show their backing for Thai ahead of a court ruling next week, which could order the dissolution of his party and the fall of the government. The supporters say they won't provoke trouble, but a number of gang and bomb attacks in the past few days have fueled fears that two sides are on a collision course. Police vowed to keep the two sides apart and ordered the anti-government protesters to disperse. Around 200 police in riot gear were spotted on Sunday, but they made no move toward the PAD barricades and later retreated. It was unclear how police would enforce their order to disperse, which bans public gathering of more than 5 people. Both the army and the king have distanced themselves from the turmoil so far. The Constitutional Court is expected to rule soon on whether 3 parties in the governing coalition, including Thai's People's Power Party, committed electoral fraud. If found guilty, the parties would be dissolved immediately and executive members, including Thai, would be barred from politics for 5 years. The government said the damage to Thailand's Land of Smiles image from the protests may cut arrivals by half next year and threaten 1 million jobs. Lee Chun-cha, CCTV.
Meanwhile, more than 3,000 Chinese tourists were stranded when Bangkok's airport was occupied by protesters. Special flights have now brought some of them home, and the remaining stranded tourists are expected back on Monday. In all, 4 Chinese carriers have sent 9 planes to Thailand to retrieve passengers. China Southern Airlines, the nation's largest carrier by fleet size, will send another plane to pick up the remaining tourists today. And as we mentioned, the political turmoil has brought air traffic to a halt in Thailand. And with disruptions to exports and with holidaymakers now quite reluctant to visit the country, the already faltering economy is bracing itself for even harder times ahead. Chen Lejun takes a look at the impact of months of political deadlock on the Thai economy.
Tourism, a vital industry that makes up 6% of the Thai economy, would take a major hit from the airport shutdowns. Experts predict about half of 4 billion tourists expected between now and the end of the year could cancel their trips. Tourism losses alone in the remainder of this year could run to 150 billion baht, or $4 billion, equal to 1.5% gross domestic product, with devastating repercussions for the economy. The expert will also translate into slower spending at shopping malls and other retailers. An impact is expected to linger into 2009. Beyond putting up tourists, the airport shutdowns have also halted exports of perishable produce such as fruit and vegetables and shipments of electronic components to places like Japan. This is as dozens of airlines cancel flights and foreign investors pull funds out of the stock market already stricken by global financial turmoil. Losses on outbound shipments of small car parts, fresh fruit and vegetables, live fish, orchid could run into 3 billion baht, or $80 million a day. Thailand's economy is already in a fragile state, growing at 4% in the third quarter, the slowest pace in more than 3 years because of continued political unrest and the global financial crisis. Chen Lejun, CCTV.